What is going on, YouTubeverse? John Stanek from Johnny Radio here, bringing you another Top 5 on this glorious Top 5 Friday. And what a special episode this is, because it's the 50th anniversary of this album right here, Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon from 1973. Just one of the greatest records ever made, and really hard to whittle down a top 5 songs of that record, but that's what I'm about to do, even though there really aren't that many more than 5 songs, especially when you consider Speak to Me and Breathe are kind of one and the same, as well as the end of the record. And there's even, another instrumental in there. But I figure it would be fun to rank them and see if you guys have the same top 5 as me. It's very possible. So let's get right into it. At number 5. Brain Damage, the penultimate track of the record that leads into Eclipse, which ends off the album in a perfect way. But Brain Damage, more of a structured song here with Roger Waters on lead vocals, which is very interesting. That whole "the lunatic is on the grass." But then, of course, when the big chorus comes in, it's so grandiose and huge, with the background vocalists in there. And it's really ahead of its time in many ways as a song, as a standalone, because it's writing about mental illness, which hadn't really been done before and really since for quite some time. And of course, they had a lot of firsthand knowledge on this with Syd Barrett, who, the founding member of the band, who pretty much lost his mind, and they wrote a whole next album about that. So this is interesting that it's kind of towards the end of this record and it precedes Wish You Were Here. But just a beautiful song that wraps up the album very nicely, and can't believe it's only my number 5. So now at number 4, Us and Them, such an epic ballad that just builds. And I believe it was Rick Wright who had the piano part for this first, that he had used previously for a film, I believe, soundtrack, or just a piece of it. And then he realized it was such a powerful piece of music, it could be used to great effect. And of course, the rest is history. I mean, just the way that they do that echo on the us, 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 and they leave so much space and room for the song to just be. They didn't always have to fill every hole with a guitar solo, for example. That's the beauty of Pink Floyd's music and their writing. I think that really shines, that most people don't even realize it's happening at the time. But yeah, it's such a beautiful song about empathy and about just the horrors of war and the battle of words. I really feel like this was kind of the peak of their songwriting, even though, Waters did some amazing things on The Wall and some other albums. But my gosh, this, what an amazing song. And it's only my number 4. So now at number 3, The Great Gig in the Sky, another a kind of instrumental brought to the table by Rick Wright, and just the piano part is so beautiful and moving in its own right. It feels like classical music, but then when Claire Torrey sings over the top of this thing, it is just incredible. I think one of the greatest vocal performances by any human being on any record. And for Pink Floyd to say, you know what? Yeah, we don't need to be singing on this. We need to have a female voice that's just goes in there and improvs over this thing. And man, does she. I mean, she goes to places that are just like intense and scary and also beautiful at the same time. It's incredible. And that just shows, I mean, me having it this high on the list, I think it's just a beautiful interlude, if you will, in between 2 of the biggest songs on the record. And this song is kind of without any words, their song about spirituality, and it shows without any words. So I just had to have it this high on the list, and gotta love it. So now at number 2, Money. What a song, man. I mean, just as one of the all-time great rock songs, which is in, I think 7/8 time. Really weird timing to this thing, but you can still tap your feet to it somehow. That great bluesy bass riff by Roger Waters, just incredible. And then, of course, the lyrics, so tongue-in-cheek about the pitfalls of money. And then, David Gilmour, both vocally and on the guitar, like he is a guitar rock hero on this song, just incredible. And then the saxophone by Dick Parry on top of it, when they kick back into the 4/4 time on these solos, Nick Mason on drums as well. They are just out there in outer space, man, rocking your face off. And it's just one of the greatest songs of all time. And it fits perfectly into this, interwoven sort of concept album, if you will, about these big themes of modern life and the issues that come with it. And it's just brilliant, especially how this sort of preceded in their real lives what would happen when they had that success, and then things kind of fell apart. They really knew what they were talking about in advance, and that's just my number 2. So now at number 1, if you were ranking these in order also of importance in just everyday life, I think most would agree time is more valuable than money. But man, what a song. I mean, just in every way. When the clocks start, it's so brilliant and jarring. It always catches you off guard. And then, that long intro that gives way into that ticking away, the moments that make up a dull day. I mean, just every lyric in this song is perfect and hits you hard, man. It's like, oh my God, when they say, and then one day you find 10 years of God behind you, nowhere to run, you've missed the starting gun. It's like, oh man, it's kind of dark and but it's on point, man, with real life and reality. And again, in fine form, every member musically on this song. You've got just everything there is to love about Pink Floyd, and David Gilmour's solos are just unearthly good on this track. It is incredible, and then it ends off with that reprise of "Breathe," which I was kind of sad I couldn't get "Breathe" onto the list here because it's so simple and understated, that 2-chord change, but brilliant way to start off the album. But I figured since it's part of time as well, this is my way to get it on the list. But every freaking song on this album is incredible. There is not a weak moment on here. I even love, the instrumental, Any Color. I forget the exact name of it, but it just, everything is always moving and flowing into each other perfectly. It's a 10 out of 10 record, and I don't think you can disagree that, even if you disagree with my top 5. So let me know in the comments below what you think. What would your top 5 be? And if you're so bold, leave me, just rank the whole album if you want to. But guys, we got top 5s every Friday, album reviews, so much more, and something very exciting for the month of March that I will be announcing very soon. So be on the lookout for that. Guys, thank you so much for watching. And as always, Viva La Vinyl. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell for notifications so you can always see great quality content like you're seeing on the screen right now. Thank you so much for supporting Johnny Radio, and I'll see you soon.